Imagine your favorite artist gone too soon. Their music, a gift from beyond the grave. But is it a gift or a curse? Are we profiting from their death? Does God laugh at our grief? Find out in this video where we explore the dark side of posthumous art, karma, and the eternal question, can you really milk a dead cow?
Okay, so Mac Miller's coming out with an album. That's what we were going to talk about.
Yeah, and just hearing that alone frustrates me.
Okay, yeah, that's what we were going to talk about. Why?
Because he's dead. And I'm like, he's not coming out with a new album.
Yeah.
This person's not coming out with a new album.
I think what happened with this album is he already made it. And
how do you know that?
I don't know, online.
See, I question
I'd actually have to look into it.
Okay, well,
but I get where you're coming from. With the whole like you hate, but explain.
Yeah, I get frustrated, and I don't listen. I don't listen to those albums.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried before, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't wanna listen to it, because for me, I'm like, how do I know that these are all the choices that this artist would have made? In fact, I know that a lot of these choices wouldn't be what he would have made, because he's not here anymore. He can't make those choices. You don't know what he would do. As much as I know you, I can make a project that feels like you, and I'm like, I know my brother. I know Goose. I know how they'll work. But at the end of the day, you would have done something different. I know for a fact you would have, because you're different.
Yeah.
And so when I see someone's work come out, like someone like Mac Miller's coming out with a new album, I'm like, whoever's creating that, I don't even believe that they're really creating it for them. It's like it's to benefit. You want to profit. You know people are gonna listen to it, and you're gonna market off of it, and you're gonna like make money from it. All right, but also for the artist, I'm like, let him be, let his work be. You know, think about the future generations too that come up and like hear this album. They're gonna be like, oh damn, that was Mac Miller. No, it wasn't.
Also, part of it is that it's unfinished. That's also like if they worked on it, because it's not just like a whole album from scratch somebody else made, and then under Mac Miller they released it. It's not like that. I think it's Mac Miller's work that was just unfinished. Think of like if you just made a bunch of projects and you're like just testing stuff out, and then they find your file and it's like unfinished work, and either they posted the way it is, which you're right, it's unfinished still.
I would say
it shouldn't be released.
If it was like that, and if
I think that's how it is.
And if Mac Miller also like somehow, because I feel like if I were to die, I would leave behind a message being like, yeah, use my shit to you guys, to my family.
And I think that's what's happening with Mac Miller. Not that he said that or anything, but his family is the one that's actually making money off that. Okay. As opposed to like just the whoever owned Mac Miller's work, the labels and shit. Because then all of a sudden you're just making way more money off of.
But I feel like I really feel like that's.
I think that is happening with some people, but I think with Mac Miller's, since we're talking about Mac Miller,
and also how unfinished, you know.
That's a good question. How would you know? Yeah, you couldn't know.
Because if you got snippets of sounds,
it depends how you view it. Because from one point of view, it'd be like, it's unfinished. You gotta respect the artist. Whatever's done is done. He didn't release it. It shouldn't be released.
Right.
But then for the other side, which is like, Mac Miller probably would want his family to still be fed off of his work. So in a way, it's like, if you see it from that perspective, like, yes, make that money because he's gone, like he can't provide anymore, but you can still make money off of their projects. You know, and it's not like it's maybe there's some notes that are like it could be pushed out if it was X amount, you know, finished. Maybe.
I don't know. It is. I guess it is a little weird. It is a little weird. But I personally, I just when I listen to albums, when I listen to music, I literally like if I like a song, if I just like one song from a new artist, I leave it on my liked playlist, and later I will go into that artist discography and go through their discography, like all of their albums, you know. I stopped doing that so intensely recently because like there was like a whole like year or two where I was just doing it, and I was listening to so many albums. A lot of them like I didn't like, but I wanted to make sure like I went through it to know like
to make sure you
I didn't miss. Yeah, I didn't want to miss like what if there's like another like gem in there, you know, like another song or another a whole other album that I just missed out on, you know, because I like that artist, so maybe. And then there's like certain albums that I've listened to that are just crazy good that are just like they hit right here, you know. Like Rainbow Kitten Surprises recent album. That's one of those albums for me where I'm like, wow, that was like really good.
Yeah,
just well thought out and well done. When I hear the albums, I like to be like, yeah, this is who I'm listening to, you know, this artist. And so when I hear things like this whole Mac Miller thing where I'm like, this person's dead, right? This person's gone. If there's a new thing, Linkin Park also, that's a band, so it's different. But they're like their lead singer died, and I'm like, I get it, it's a band. Like, I get it, it's a band, and so band members are always like changing and this and that. But yeah, now like the lead singer is gone, and so I'm like, it feels like when you add a new person to this band now, it feels like you're trying to like piggyback off of the name it already has, which makes sense. But also, like, just create your own different thing. Like, let this person have an end. Let this artist have an end. You know? Because it feels like, all right, it's complete. Like, this is their work.
Yeah.
When you continue it, it now feels like this. You're taking from them. You're not really like extending their artistry. You're taking from what they had and using it for whatever you want. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? When we talk about something like this, we talk about their art and their work that they left behind, but they also were people. They had a whole life.
Yeah,
like that.
But here's the thing with
Isn't that interesting? Like they had a whole.
That's the difference between like an artist and like, I guess, a person or a celebrity or whoever, because we don't know who they are really as a person unless you follow them that
intensely or like But even then, like you could only follow so much. You can only see what they allowed you to see. You know, It's not like family members or.
Well, sometimes technically, or like paparazzi or this and that. But even then, you don't really get a peek into their private life.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like,
exactly. You could only see what I let you see.
You only see what I want you to see.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Unless, like, again, someone like.
But also, I was also mainly saying like, we're talking about like how the album shouldn't be coming out and all that stuff. But it's like, really, like, what about the family they left behind? Like real life shit.
Right, like you said, like it would support their family more. And
so from that point of view, it's like, damn, almost you gotta. Now, if their family isn't getting taken care of from this, 100% the labels or whoever owns their work is taking advantage.
Right.
And then that's when it becomes, and that's when you see like sloppy albums that are like, this sounds like it was not finished.
Right.
XXX had an album like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, damn.
I mean, I'm gonna let you listen to the album since I know you will.
100%.
And then you can let me know how it is.
Yeah.
I just, again, it for me, even if it's the whole family thing, like, I don't want to sound like a dick or anything. And honestly, if I died and I was rich as fuck and this happened, I'm like, I do want my family to like be supported, but also I'm like, y'all should have figured some other shit out. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like make a fucking business or something. Like, I don't know, like get into stocks. There's ways that rich people stay rich. Like, figure that shit out. As far as like artistry goes, I'm just like, leave the goddamn artist alone. But again, I do get that it is a real life situation, and at the end of the day, everything and everyone will be forgotten. So might as well take care of that family. And for those reasons, I get it. And you know what? Yeah, support. But again, you're right. If his family's being taken care of, okay. But I feel like a lot of this is really other people just trying to benefit, like the labels and shit. You know. So it's like you can make money. It becomes
a little slimy that way.
Yeah, it's like it's icky. It's for sure icky.
Yeah, it's like, oh my
dude,
God.
You're so immoral. You're so fucked up.
I heard another thing is like some artists are actually more valuable when they die for that reason, which makes it like there's incentive to like almost kill an artist.
Yeah,
which is fucked up. I'm not saying like, I don't know if that's actually happening or whatever. But I'm just saying like, if they're more valuable when they're dead.
Yeah. No, I've heard the same thing. And this does happen, even not just with artists, but when people who were once known by like actors or even directors, whoever, when they die, it becomes such a moment, you know, like such a like pop culture moment.
It does.
Where everyone's like tweeting or like posting or whatever,
100%.
like, oh my God, R.I.P. or like,
my
heart goes out, or like, I'll use children as an example, like. Our younger brother. Remember when? Who was it? I forgot who. There was someone who died. I think, was it Kobe?
Kobe did die. And
I know, but was it when he died?
Oh. I don't think so.
I think it was though.
Really?
Well, I think when he died, or it might have been him or there was someone that died, right?
I think it's an artist, maybe Juice WRLD.
No, someone died that like our younger brother specifically was like, "Oh, did you guys see, man? Oh, I was so sad." And I remember being like, "Did you know that person at all?" And he was like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay, that's interesting to think about, like that you're
mourning someone
yeah."
You don't know.
And I'm like, "Why?" But
if they got affected by that person. But he didn't even know him.
He didn't know him at all. he just
heard
that.
I'm just like, oh, did you hear about it? And just spreading.
Yes, literally. It was literally like in his friend group or something. Someone was like,
it wasn't Kobe. How could he not know who Kobe is?
Dude, he's a kid.
Everyone knows who Kobe is.
All right, then it must have been somebody else.
I think it's somebody else.
It was somebody else, but it was someone who died.
Or he did know who it was.
No,
I feel
he didn't.
Oh.
I remember because we went through this whole thing. I asked him. I was like, wait, what? So you just heard about this today and heard about this person today? He's like, yeah, but it's so sad. And you know what? Technically, you're right. Like when someone dies, that is sad. But also, you're on the bandwagon of like 100%. It's sad. You know, you want to be in the. I know too, you guys. I know.
Question: is it a bad thing to be part of the bandwagon and to just do it?
I don't know, and right? I can't answer that. But I will say, this whole thing with like someone's work being more profitable or whatever after they're dead, that to me is like, that doesn't sound right.
You don't think it is more popular?
No, I think it is. I don't think it should be. Where I'm like, why is it that when someone dies, now all of a sudden you are interested? You know, now all of a sudden you're like...
This happens with all art, if you think about it. A lot of art, they become great after they die.
That's true.
Like, even just artists, like painters and stuff.
That's true. And you know what? For some reasons, like the wanting to know history, you know, the wanting to know where things came from and stuff, I get that's cool. But a lot of it has to deal with that whole bandwagon thing where it's like you don't care about the individual, you care about the bandwagon, you care about being on that ride, you know, as opposed to really like being interested in.
Question: do you think it just fades a little then? Like hypothetically, an artist dies, and then time passes, like a month goes by, and then they release an album and it'll be popular, but then because they're just being on the bandwagon, they will just dwindle off and not really listen to their work.
I think yes.
Is that you think what happens?
But I mean, for example, like me, I'm not gonna listen to this album most likely from Mac Miller.
But I like Mac Miller.
Right. So like you just said, I think it'll fade because there will be people like me.
People like you. Oh, that's right. So you're the bandwagon people, and I'm the person that's a fan.
No, you're the bandwagon.
No, I'm a fan
because I'm jumping on that.
No. I'm a fan, so I'm gonna listen to whatever he's got going.
But he doesn't. He's dead.
No, but I was listening to it before too.
I was listening to it before.
Yeah.
I was a fan of his. I liked his work, but he's dead now. So now.
No, now only. So I'm thinking only new people.
Oh, okay. Then
so new people that jump on, they're he died. Now I'm starting to listen to stuff, but then they'll go like
people
who
are jumping on because he's dead.
Because he's dead, literally. And then what happens is they stop eventually because they're like, wait, I'd never liked him to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you mean. I'm only laughing because I can see that first. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. But also like putting it like that. Oh wait, I never liked him. Like that is hilarious because honest, that's what's happened. That's gotta be what happens
to some people, right? Like a lot of people.
Like our little brother as an example. Like you just heard about it and you were like, well, I want to know. And then when the hype dies down or whatever, it does. Also, it's like, I mean, I'm okay. I don't need it.
Yeah,
you know.
That's funny.
So I get it. Wow, that's hilarious and also sad at the same time.
Yeah. Also, but I was gonna say, I think there was a streamer that faked his death.
Oh hell no, did they?
Either that or fake getting beat up or something along those lines. I think fake death, like fake that he died.
Shit.
And then got a lot of viewers, and then it went back to streaming and doing all this shit. So it's like maybe the whole dying, the aspect of because you died, something happens that it just gets you. Yeah, it just spikes.
What is it?
What is it about that?
Do you think people are just like super interested in pretending to be sad instead of being sad or something? I don't know about the afterlife. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you're right. I don't know. What is it? That's a good question. Like, I don't understand.
Like, you want to show that you have empathy. You know, like, oh, That's so
Yeah,
sad.
it's like people dying is a sad thing.
Yeah.
But it's so fake.
It is so fake. Or you know what? It feels fake because I don't want to say it is because sometimes I'm like, you know what? Maybe they are feeling sad in that moment. Maybe seeing dead things does make you feel sad. And
but also they impacted you.
Like,
though.
think about a dead animal on the street. You know,
I couldn't give two fucks about that.
Dude, really? That's sad. Okay, no,
It'd be more like gross. Like, dude, when someone caught.
Oh my god, you're a dick.
You said an animal.
Yeah, a dog. You're a little more like close to that. Maybe not. Okay, fine. Even an animal, I really, you don't feel like that? I feel like I see a dead fucking squirrel and I'm like, oh, dude, that's sad.
I'm grossed out by it.
When people squish spiders, I get sad. I'm not kidding. I'm like, you could have let it go.
Oh my god.
Even though I would have died maybe like in a day or two or something. But it's, I don't know. For me, I can feel it. I can see it because I like think of like that creature just being like, and then boom, out.
I don't.
Or even maybe suffering. Fuck, that sucks. But also, okay.
That sucks. Yeah.
Think about it this way. You know, Chickies.
Yeah.
Remember when my mom was like, she ran away, and then my mom called me one day.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm on my way to LA, so I couldn't stop. But there's a dog on the side of the road, and it looked like Chickies. Can you go make sure?
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh my god, Mom. But yes, because I want to know if my dog died. And so I went and checked, and it wasn't Chickies. But before I checked, I was like, oh my god, my heart's racing. I was like, oh my god, I might just see my dog dead right now, you know? And I stopped the car. I saw the dog. Immediately, I was like, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's not. But even so, I started thinking, like, it doesn't even matter. I'm about to go see a dead dog up front. And I'm like, I went to go see it, and I was like, dude, this is heartbreaking. Like, seeing, oh, it's going to get graphic. Seeing, like, just the guts everywhere. And, like, it was so sad. It was sad.
Yeah. It's sad.
And so, at the end of the day, also, yeah, I'm gonna move on. I did move on. You know, I also didn't move it.
So it's like a quick, like if something dies, a quick little burst of like energy.
I don't know about energy. It
pulls you in. You know, get this attention for that brief moment, but then the people just move on. But what happens if you're still alive after you're dead, like this person faked? You know, do you keep? How many fans do you get after doing it?
So the thing you just mentioned, I think, is key. It's this thing happens and then you move on. It's a repetitive cycle that we're constantly like following. Mm-hmm. I think with that person who faked their death to get the streams and whatever, and then went back to streaming or whatnot. Yeah. They saw that and were like, I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna take advantage of that. I honestly don't think it was wrong. I'm like, wow. You know what? You chose to take advantage of people's
actually kind of
ability to just grab onto something and let go of it that quickly. So
I agree. The only thing is I don't want to encourage it. How many online deaths you'll start seeing all of a sudden?
That's not good.
That sounds scary.
Not only that, but it also, in general, like
right. That's just like
talk
about fake news.
Right. Literally.
It's like people are dying left and right all over the internet.
Now we don't know who's alive or dead anymore. And then with AI too,
that would be crazy. Yeah, it's like, is that really him, or does someone take his account, or is it AI like you're saying?
Yeah, that's scary. Don't do that shit.
Yeah, I don't even know.
With that individual person, as a general like a social experiment, or like as an artistic thing, you know, it was like it made sense and it's interesting, but also don't do it. I agree.
So that's so interesting.
The reason why I say interesting too with like as an artistic thing is like, you know how it was I don't know if you talked about it, but in a lot of our college classes it was this big question: what is art, right? Mm-hmm. And in the art world, that is a huge question, and then fine arts and shit like that, it was a big question because people were like, well, it's this, and no one really knew. And at some point, some artist, I don't know the name, I'm fucking sorry, but you do. There's an artist who like just grabbed a toilet from the Home Depot or something, or somewhere, mm-hmm. right? I forgot where he got it from. A toilet, put it in a show, and said that is art. And people went off because they were like, no, it's not. It's just a fucking toilet. He's like, no, it's art because it's my artwork, and I said so. And it became a huge conversation. And that is one of the arguments of, is it art because you say so? We don't know.
Well, what about this? Is art God? I mean, there's a lot of similarities, apparently.
Please elaborate.
Well, the way you explained it sounded to me like God. Like, no one knows if it is or isn't. if there is a God or if there isn't.
Here's my answer to that. I believe these words are the same, similar to beauty, love, and a few other words, because these words, what is common with these words is that they are subjective. That is the truth with those words. They're subjective. It is different for everyone.
Yeah,
and maybe not.
that's all it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Art is subjective.
God is subjective. Yeah.
Yeah. So then why would you choose that it isn't, though? Like, what do you gain from not believing in God?
Nothing.
But what do you gain for believing in God?
Nothing.
You definitely get something.
Well, okay. Here's the thing with these words, though. These words aren't just words. They exist in our communities, and so I think they carry weight depending on where they're at and what groups use them in what way, because that subjective, like the fact that it's subjective, starts to blur when a lot of people use it in the same way or think they use it in the same way.
Yeah.
You know, if a lot of people think that God is this one thing, even though really like you visualize it differently. You might not know it, but like a lot of the details are different on how you see this God or whatever. But if you all believe it's the same thing, that can change things in the world you live in. Like with politics, religion.
So if we all just believe that God was, I don't know, all knowing,
the same thing.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly the same thing.
Well, okay. Here's my belief in what I think God is. Maybe you can go.
So you
next.
believe in a God?
I believe in God.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But mine, okay, so I've talked to this with other people. For me, God is everything, everywhere, all at once.
Okay. You can go watch that movie.
I've never seen it.
You want to watch it?
I do. I've been wanting to, but I've been waiting for the right moment.
It's a good movie, dude.
I'm not to watch it.
Wait, didn't you watch it at Papa's? Oh, you didn't go.
I didn't go, yeah.
It was good the first time because element of surprise. So I won't ruin anything for you.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
But I do want to watch it. I've been waiting to watch that. I heard a lot of
that
things.
is God. Let me see everything I did.
For me, that's God because it's like, it's more of an energy, and it's just like this thing that just is.
Yeah.
There is no choosing or anything. Because remember when I talked to you about God a while back, where I was like, God knows everything. So when you try to talk to him, why would he care? He knows. It's like you try to be like, yeah, I know. You try to be like, well, yeah, I know everything. It's everything. So there's no like curiosity, you could say, right?
Yeah.
There's no nothing, because you know everything. You are everything.
Yeah.
You're just this thing that is.
But like you said, everyone has different definitions.
Yeah.
For me, it's not necessarily the all-knowing, but definitely all-powerful. No, I don't know.
Okay.
I just think there's a higher power. Like maybe he created this, but it's
kind
of
like. I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Do you believe higher power means God? Because to me, God is different. God is. There's just a God, right? There's just God. Because if you think of the word God, it's literally all-knowing and encompasses everything. But a higher power, that sounds like there's higher powers. What's a higher power to a higher power?
Good question.
You know, it's their higher power. I mean,
that's true, but
I have a higher power.
I'm saying so, but what I'm trying, I guess.
Because you're talking to me, the way it sounds like you're talking to me about the theory of God being infinite, like the infinity theory.
Yeah.
Where if God created us, who created God?
Yeah, exactly.
And who created that God, and it goes on forever.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what that sounds like, which is a theory of God.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I guess we don't know.
I don't. At the end of the day, we don't know.
We don't know, and you don't know. That's just the truth.
And again, that's subjectivity. So you believe in that God, the higher power.
Yeah,
I believe
which is in this higher power, right? He's not just whatever. Is not just paying attention to what's going on. It's kind of like
wait. You don't think it's he?
It's not a he or she or any of that.
So it has no gender.
No.
Does it have a physical form? Does it have a visual form? Can you see it?
No, that's what I would assume.
So it's just a thing.
It'd be like a fifth dimension type of thing. Well, how do you classify that? You know what I mean?
Like you just don't know. The fact
you don't know what's
it's unknown.
You don't know what's
it's
on
unknown.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does it do? Like what is it? If it's unknown, what does it? Does it have thoughts? Does it like make actions? Does it affect us?
I have no idea.
So it's all under the unknown.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Then again, I don't know, because like there's good energy and bad energy. Do you believe in that?
I do believe in that.
Yeah. So how does that work?
I don't think that's God though. So here's the thing. I like to connect with God in the sense that I'm connecting to energy, where I'm like, I'm tapping into this energy, right? Because I do believe in good and bad energies for sure.
Definitely.
But I like to like make up my own like little ways on how I connect and how I meditate so I can like feel those energies. But a lot of like, for example, one of the energies I believe in is karma, you know?
For sure.
Like you giving and receiving the same thing, or like,
I don't even think it has to be the same thing, but same level
energy.
of feeling. Yeah.
I can see that. What do you mean by that though exactly?
Like, for example, if I like slap you in the face, my karma for slapping you is not another slap. It's something that'll hurt as much as me slapping you.
Either emotionally or
physically,
like,
yeah.
It's an equal value of what you
exactly.
just gave
Doesn't
off.
mean a slap necessarily equal exactly like that, but the energy is returned. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in that too.
I believe that. Which is what you were saying with the whole energy, like it has to be balanced out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
So if you don't believe in karma, it's okay because it exists, like whether you believe it or not.
Because we say so.
It's not subjective, okay? It's like real.
Yeah.
All right?
You know, that's what frustrates me with a lot of religions, where they, or even like just groups of people where they like say this is fact, and it's like, yeah, but that's just what you believe, you know? That's
Now, question: would it be bad to just believe in it?
No, but it would be irritating as fuck to have it be spread out just like forcefully, you know? Like, it's one thing to have a conversation. Like, we believe in different gods. We had a conversation about it, but it's another thing to be like,
we could both be right on that.
What do you mean?
Like, your God is the same as my God, and they both are the same thing.
Huh? No.
Like, if it's exactly what you're saying,
I guess, yeah.
plus what I'm saying, both those things at the same time.
Right.
All right. And then if somebody else jumps in, same thing. Just keep everything that everyone believes about God is just true. Imagine that. Everything.
Yeah, but then think about like a person who believes in God being a dude who just
I don't think anybody believes it's just some dude.
The Christian God? Jesus is God to some people.
Oh, yeah, the Son of God. Yeah.
No. Yeah, he's the Son
He's
of God to some people.
God.
But
he's just physical
God to some
form of
people.
God. Yeah. I guess he is the dude. Yeah. Just know that. Yeah, you convinced me. It's like I wasn't trying to convince you.
What I mean is like that's not my God. You know what I mean? But I guess you're right, because it's like my God is everything and anything.
So he is your God.
So all right, that's my God. Jesus, I believe.
I'm telling you, man.
I guess you're right. But that's only. But to them, for example, my God wouldn't be.
That's fine, but it is though. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's everything and anything.
Yeah.
But I guess you're right.
Like,
interesting.
anyways, yeah, that's what I was saying with like even karma. Like, why not just believe in it? My question is, why not just believe in it? And your question, you were saying.
Well, for example, with karma, what was I saying?
You were saying that it's just annoying to get forced to like know this stuff, but it's like, but if it is, why not? Like just.
No, it's annoying for someone to tell me I have to believe in it, right? For example,
like,
with
karma. Yeah.
Yeah, karma. I believe in it, but if someone told me not to believe in it, I'd be like, why? I want to. It's the same in reverse, you know? If someone goes like, well, why don't you just believe in it? It's like, why? I don't want to.
It'll make your life better.
So? Leave me alone.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay.
And that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
And some people just want to be miserable. I get that. Like, now when you put it that way, it makes way more sense.
Like you're miserable for thinking that I'm gonna be miserable, because I'm not. I'm happy as fuck.
I'm not your savior, but I want to be.
Yeah, I can.
Right?
I feel that
like
energy.
it's part of my duty to God to try to spread the word and help you about karma.
Right. No, but here's I can see why people wouldn't believe in karma though. It's because
it sucks.
For some people who want to do bad. You know, because if you're doing good, you're gonna get that good back.
Yeah. So in other words,
if you do bad,
so
come on.
You heard it from here. Look, from him actually. If you don't believe in karma, you're bad. You're a bad person. That's just what it is.
No, it's that you want to be a bad person.
We don't want to be a bad boy.
You want to do some bad things.
I want to do some bad things. I don't believe in karma.
Ooh, I'm so bad. Oh yeah, you asked, is art God? But it's not that it's God. It's that it's they're subjective, and that's what.
But in a way, from your definition, art is God.
What is my I didn't tell you my definition.
I thought you said it was God is everything.
God's definition, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, to art.
Yeah. So
because.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything is God. So
then I was right.
Yeah. You know what? You were right.